whereby you find people talking about sex in Sheng. For us, we try to be more poetic. So ours does not call sex, but we might call it an apple like the Bible. Because our main focus is we want to tell you it's sex, but we are not talking to your ears. We are talking to your senses. You understand? Yes. And that leaves a longer lasting impression than telling you about sex. So
what's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome to another super edition of the Celebrity Exposure. And today, you know what, guys, I have an exclusive guest right here at the Celebrity Exposure. This guy is doing so many things. I mean, he's very talented when it comes to events planning, anafanya. When it comes to music, he can do it. Na pia ukienda pale YouTube under his name utapata amefanya mix kadhaa hapa kule, massive hits. And besides that, he has the knowledge for music. So if you're a musician, if you're an upcoming musician, stay tuned right here at the Celebrity Exposure. You get more information on how you can get, that moolah, how you can improve your music career. But you know what, if you're new here, karibu tena sana. Remember to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share. And you know what, it's time for me to introduce our very own artist right here at Desa. Amekuwa akifanya big things, anajulikana kama Raphimus.
Hola.
Mr Raphimus. The girl with the biggest bumper, big bump. Would you have a mini master? Last year when the belly dance,
the biggest bumper. Sifa zako nimeshazipata, unatingishaga na ubaya, unafanya hatulali bana. Hola, my name is Mr Raphimus and I'm on Celebrity Exposure. Big up to the youth them.
Wow, how do I say? Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Like, share,
subscribe, and comment. Comment.
Tell them.
Aye, we have to tell them. They have to know.
Hey, you take me back to high school. Mejja high school, when we used to listen to readings and all that.
Yeah.
Nasikia kina conscience hapo, but I'm sure many of us hatukuwa tunasikia exactly what they are saying, but there's one specific part huwezi kosa kuimba. Karibu sana Rafi.
Asante sana. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be on your show. Nashukuru. I'm a big fan, but the udem anafanya mambo makubwa, so big up yourself so far. And thank you for having me on your spot.
Okay, most welcome. So tell us exactly, Raphimus imetoka wapi? What are your real names? Cause I'm sure kuna watu hawajui.
By the way, kuna wase bado than in my real names are Raphimus. So let's start from the beginning. I was born and I was given two names, Price Sifa, after my uncle. And then along the way my dad was like, pana, see, you're a Hinzano from our clan. We are the Hinzano clan. So I was called Price Hinzano Sifa. But then my grandfather was like, kwani unampatia yako peke yako? Hinzano is from Mumba, so I was like Price Hinzano Mumba Sifa. But then when I was to be baptized, they did not have the name Price. And my dad was Catholic. So they decided to give me the baptism name Raymond. So I had to drop Price because haikuwa kwenye in any of the canonical books. So I became Raymond Price Hinzano Mumba Sifa. Wow. Now Raphimus came from taking R.A. Raymond, Price P, H.I. Hinzano, M.U. Mumba, and S. Sifa. So that made a totally new name, Raphimus. Wow. So I was like, since I can't have any of my names, some of my names on my ID, then I'm gonna have all my names for the rest of my life.
Wow, and the name just suited your whole look.
Yeah, because sometimes we feel like it's us who define the name, but it's the name that comes to you. Remember, if you're like some of us, we believe like this life we have lived it, but in different versions. We have made maybe consequently the same type of choices, but in different type of outcomes and versions. You understand? So it's it's not me who picked Raphimus, but Raphimus rather picked me through all these processes of me growing up and being given different names and getting this one and not, because if I wasn't named Raymond, if they didn't accept Price, if they had accepted Price, then I would have been Pimas, not Raphimus. But because they had they denied me to be called Price, to be baptized with the name Price, so I had Raymond added, and that brought Raphimus to it. And also it actually encompasses my persona, because the name encompasses who I am, what I feel when I do my type of craft.
Now just to begin right there, who is Raphimus at a deeper level? Because some of us have just been seeing you at days are doing events, tunaona pale Lukenya Movement, which we shall come to that. But what, as for the audiences who are watching you for the first time, how can you introduce yourself?
All I can say is Raphimus is a dancehall artist first and foremost, because that was the genre that I grew up with. The songs you're saying about Akina Conscience, that's the influence we had when we were in primary, when we were in secondary. So that's the genre that primarily characterizes my music. But that genre has also been broken down into different sub-genres, whereby I do hip-hop dancehall, hip-hop R&B, or dancehall R&B. You know, I actually have my own version of music with a name, but then I felt like once Gengetone was popularized, I would have seemed like I was trying to force a genre. Because before Gengetone, we used to do something called PUKA. You understand? Not Kapuka, but it comes from the word Kapuka. But basically, Puka is that traditional sound. If you look at most traditional and Afro music, they have this beat. Kapu, 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 kapu. Most gospels, hata za ocha za nini. So that sound puka, 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 pu, kapu, kapu, kapu. You understand? So mine was called PUKA, and you can see even as way back as 2015 I used to tag my videos like that. But then with the advent of coming of Gengetone, I didn't want to popularize it, because I would have looked like I'm trying to set up a counterweight, while this is something that I've been doing for a very long time, you get. So I think that also made me shy away from advertising my genre, but it's a genre that I came up with, me and my team of young artists, and we started making sure that every dancehall beat that we do has that layer of you understand? As it's more of reggaeton, but dancehall. And my
dancehall reggaeton.
Yes, our genre does not have the same not rawness, the same rawness as Gengetone, whereby you find people talk about sex in Sheng. For us, we try to be more poetic. So ours does not call sex, but we might call it an apple, like the Bible, because our main focus is we want to tell you it's sex, but we are not talking to your ears, we are talking to your senses. You understand? Yes, and that leaves a longer lasting impression than telling you about sex. So that's the course of action we have taken with my team, in that our music has to be family friendly. It has to be very, very family friendly. It cannot, because we saw the mistakes that Gengetone did. We saw the mistakes that Gengetone did. It was not family friendly. It was street friendly. But for us, we are also targeting the corporates, because it doesn't make sense me being a musician if I'm not earning from it. Then what am I doing? I'm just having fun. And we are not here to have fun. We're here to earn and make money and grow industries.
Okay, now speaking of, that's a very important topic. Speaking of Gengetone and corporates, we're seeing that we are enjoying a lot of Gengetone music. But these guys, it's very hard for them to be invited to a corporate event, because most people will not relate to them. I even have friends who say they can't even listen to Gengetone because they can't relate. What would you say about that?
They are lying. They are lying. Every ear can listen to every track. Every ear. There is no song you cannot listen to. Every year there's no boring song. There's just a song you don't vibe with because it's not vibrating with your type of wavelength. You understand? They're lying privately. They like when those kids talk that nasty. They are lying.
But we don't see gengeton kina sailors or whoever performing in a corporate event.
That's not the artist problem, and that's where the industry fails artists. We do not have business managers. We do not have artist manager. We do not have people who go to Safaricom and tell them, yes, my guy is the rudest guy you'll ever meet, but in terms of brand penetrability, he can make sure your brand penetrates.
Wait,
so you will provoke, yes.
You expect us in a Safaricom event we are like wamlembez,
and haven't people been singing wamlembez at a Safaricom event?
In a corporate event.
Yes, at those, let me tell you, it will be very pretentious when the DJs at these events play the songs, but you pretend like the artist cannot come and perform the same song that the DJ is playing already, for the same crowd that allegedly does not mess with the gengeton guys.
So you would proudly perform Shake Your Bamba.
Mbaya sana. Why? Because I know even the people in the crowd, they shake their asses. I'm just honest about it. I'm here to make you shake your ass and loosen up. As the gengeton artist, do you know what happened? People wanted a boogeyman, and they found one. And because the kids were too poor, too uneducated, too unknowledgeable about the industry, they fell into the trap of these guys. They decided to be like a scapegoat. They wanted a scapegoat and they got it. But remember, gengeton made Kenya stop listening to Nigeria. Right now there are like 5 Nigerian artists who people are listening to. Adenkule Gold, it's okay, those guys, this new, you know, 5 to 10, you understand? But before, our industry wasn't growing, and it took the rawness of these boys telling us to lick lollipops and packaging and whatever to get people to start listening to Kenyan music, because they made it controversial and interesting. So even us as Kenyans, we are at fault because we don't mess with something as long as it's not controversial. Or now we want it because it's controversial and it's everywhere. That's why you will hear and talk finya because it's controversial. And now we can make it trend and make that person like be the guy who makes us laugh this week. But next week tumemsahau. So respect these gengeton boys as much as they are lawless and unruly. They made Kenyans look inside. They made Kenyans look inwards. Now we have a yardstick to say, oh, we can't make music like this because someone actually dared to make music like that, for it to be a yardstick, for it to be used to as a comparison. Oh, I can't listen to this. Even the corporates, they're listening to these boys in their cars. The radio stations are playing these boys. Their kids are playing these boys. Their daughters, they hear these songs. They don't like the artists. They don't like what they represent. But they are fans.
They are fans.
Undercover. I am sure that Safaricom guy is listening to these boys because they are in his keys every day.
Hey.
Every day.
True.
So kuna pretentious mwingi sana na chini ya maji kila mtu akujua gengeton mbaya.
So do you think like gengeton can be our thing? Because for the longest time tumekuwa tukistruggle. You see, like for instance Tanzania wako na bongo songs and they're known for their bongo songs. So when you go to Nigeria we have sijui nizite, what sound would you call it?
Afrobeat, let's say.
They have Afrobeat.
And Jones in
when you go to South Africa they have their, what is it called? They also have their own sound. What is our sound?
Can I tell you for fact? In Uganda they play more gengeton in their clubs, in their radios, than most local Ugandan music. And it used to be the other way around. Gengeton is our genre. That's where hapo Mkenya anasikia kutingika, nafunguka, makogs zina unajua vile kitu gengeton ilifanyia watu kwa street. Nowadays madam, they are so sure about them. Weka unataka kuja kunilima, we sema tu unakuja kunilima, usianze story mingi. And we couldn't cross that boundary. Remember, we couldn't. Nowadays everybody's so sure. Oh, nani wai? Kauni wai miss scam. Live. Na kutumia fare unakamkuniwaya, kauniwaya wewe baki tu kweli. Gengetone. Nowadays hakuna kufichana before ilikuwa kuje then at Netflix and chill ni na. Mimi nakutumia tu ngoma moja ya Gengetone. Nakwambia sikiza message. Sikiza message.
That's what I'm saying.
Make it check.
Pull up.
Eh?
Let's go back.
That's our genre. Gengetone and PUKA and PUKATone are uniquely Kenyan genres. When people were making fun that Kenya has no genre, the kids, the young kids, they're even in secondary school. Walitoka huko kwa hizo mafunky zao kama wamekuja kutukatisha viuno. They made these DJs who used to give us that USA music, trapping, blah 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 blah. Nini hizo mangoma zote za kutuambia tukunywe codeine, sijui tuende tukashoot hapa trap house, sijui nini. Si zote zilitolewa. Mimi hata sijui mara mwisho nilisikiza wasanii wengine. When I thought I couldn't live without Lil Wayne.
Now how you do?
Niko jua Gengetone.
Now, full up. Let's go back to your childhood moments. You know, when you were in high school, how was life for you?
For me, I was more into music and drama. I was the music and drama captain. I was into debate. I was more into the arts. Yeah. So I took my school, Kiambu High School, to nationals for music, drama, solo play. Like hadi nikiwa form 4 ilibidi tu maze my exams inakam lakini imebidi nimeenda represent tu.
You're those guys.
Mimi nilikuwa that guy.
Zile wale watu tulikuwa tunaambiwa moja akikaa anaambiwa mtu fulani na fulani hayuko. Lesson hakuna.
Yani unaona venye futa inakuanga na star player wao. Sasa mimi kocha wetu mimi ndo nilikuwa Ronaldo wa ma-arts.
By the way, ni fan wa timu gani?
Niliacha kusupport. Niliacha kabisa. Niliona hawa watu wa Brito watanifunja roho. Unajua? Niliona hii time tuko juu, hiyo time nyingine tumefungwa mabao ka 50. Sasa nikaangalia hivi. Kasema by then is a support Gengetone pia. Unajua?
So all Kenyan #Kenyan.
#Gengetone yetu.
Kwani wamekulipa?
But enough with the bashing. I don't like bullies and people are bullying these kids too much. You understand? And waseka sisi wenye tumekuwa in it tumeona the whole thing ikidevelop na evolve. It's time we give credit where it's due. You know, as much as you don't like them, you don't have to like them, but respect their craft. These are people who are making the country dance during lockdown. Akina Mejja wanajituma. I'm telling you the truth, man. Big up to them.
Doing amazing work, and actually, I don't know if people have noticed. Mejja, he's bado anafanya Gengetone, but you see the old kina Jua Kali, kina Flex. Jua unajua Flex.
Najua. Nashindwa Johnny zame wapi? Nyundo yangu sasa itaua wapi? Usiwache endelea cheza. Oi!
Mpaka useme.
Sijui niseme.
Yeah, so anaifanya ile ya storytelling and at the same time bado iko na lessons.
Can I say fact? Na you know wasanii huogopa kutajana kwa sababu uko mbele mnaweza kosana na ulisifia msee. Sasa tumie hiyo clip ukimsifia aiweke kwa diss track. But let me tell you, Mejja is King Midas. Anything he touches for now turns to gold. Real talk. Aliguza hivi fame uno. Sina kwambia si uliona.
Alifanya hivi. Lakini.
Alifanya hivi fame 1. Hivi tu. Nene utawezana. Si fame 1 akashoot up. Ni ukweli. Angalia kila. Kesho sikocho nikula. Hiyo kitu sikapanda. Akina Triomio, ule ni mse wa mayai, hiyo kitu ikapanda. Mejja is King Midas kwa hii industry. Huyo mse akiguza hivi track yako, believe me, na turn into gold. So hawajanilipa. Na hata in the future ikikam tukivutana, ukweli wangu mimi nasema ukweli wangu, whether it's now or mbele. Unaona? So give credit where it's due. People want to bully these boys. These boys have worked. These boys have made Kenya dance. Whether in our showers, whether in our cars, whether in our phones. Mi niko sure Mercy tukifungwa hisi haiwezi kosa ngoma 10 za gengetone.
10 hapana.
10 ni mingi.
10 ni mingi.
10 ni mingi. Zikienda sana 7. Na bado pia tunaongelelea pia YouTube zenye umewatch.
Lakini unajua hii kazi yangu lazima niangalie what's trend.
Lazima update. So,
lazima ni update.
So wase waache kubulia watu.
Waache kuabudu.
Hao watu hii walitusaidia sana.
Okay, so sasa nataka utupatie wewe kitu wa subscribers wasikie ngoma yako fulani, then after the break utakuwa unatueleza why are you supporting Gengetone?
Yeah.
Where is the weight coming from?
So guys, maze, I recently launched an EP on the 11th of March. That's my birthday. So every birthday I usually launch an album every year, and I've done it consistently for the last 4 years. So inaitwa Usinitenge EP. It's on all streaming platforms. Go check out Mr Raphimus. That's Mr.Raphimus. My YouTube channel Lukenya Movement. Chungulia hapo ndani uone wase wa Lukenya vinye tuna move kwa grao Machakos County. Big up to the UDM.
Uko kanisa hujaokoka, weni team mafisi. Uko na mboch kwa kichaka, weni team mafisi. Sim silent kwa kitanda, weni team mafisi. Kwa jirani nyemelea, weni team mafisi. Weni profesa hujaoa, weni team mafisi. Uko klabu ona mande